Okay, I am so sorry. We are back. The stream froze, so I had to, I couldn't figure out how to unfreeze it. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. I wonder if it just got too hot, with the, next so close to these lights. But these lights don't really feel, really hot. But this phone feels kind of hot. So I hope that didn't do it. Guys, sorry. Um, I am just going back into my computer to make sure that I can see the new chat. Give me just another moment and then we'll get started again. Yeah, and while I'm doing that, you can at least look at the baby's face. Okay, so I'm in the chat and I'm going to go ahead and mount the camera. Let's see. Okay, everything looks good there. Guys, I don't know why it stopped, but let's start again. And I kind of recap. Sorry. I'll kind of recap what I was doing. I am mixing like a violet color so I can do a second layer of mottling on Precious. And I'll show you the two layers that I've used so far. So I have this magenta, which is from Silicone Arts material. And I've also mixed it with this cyan from Silicone Arts material. And then I got this really beautiful color here, which I really like. But I feel like I should probably add a little bit more. So, and I'm going to be adding some solvent, but I think it needs just a little bit more. I don't want to waste as much as I did the last time when I did my red mottling. Oops. So when it froze, we were like right at the beginning. So you didn't miss anything. I haven't even uncovered the baby yet. We're just mixing this next layer of mottling. And I hope it doesn't freeze up again. I don't know why it did that. I'm using Bob Ross odorless thinner. And you can actually use many different types of solvent to thin out your paint. It doesn't have to be thinner. Some people use, and I use OSS, which is odorless. It's by Sam 2, Silicone Art Material. I hope this isn't too light, but I'd rather it be too light than too dark. Okay. I think it needs to be a little bit thinner, but we're going to try it as is. All right. So this is the color that we did the first layer of mottling. And you can see it looks pretty, it's pretty dark. The color is pretty dark, but let's see. Okay, you know what? Just a little bit more. A little bit more of that. Because it's, it's going to be such a thin layer, but I don't want it to be, I don't want to be too thick. When it's too thick, it's like painting with, somebody said painting with honey. And I love that. That is a really good description. It is really like painting with honey. I'm going to put a little bit more magenta in there. I just think it's a little bit on the light side. And of course, gotta wipe that off because, yo, that leaves a big old mess. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit too translucent. I feel like I don't have enough, but I'm not going to think like that. That is why I have so much wastage. All right, so let us now reveal the baby so that we can see. I got to check my hands, make sure I don't have paint on my hands, but this is what she's looking like. Oh, she turned out so well. I came back and looked at her again yesterday, and I just add a little bit more color on her lips. And I did the back side. Did I check my hands? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip her so that, look how she handles. I just love the way she handles. I still never went in and did the, I never did the blue on her back because I'm just like, no, I'll go in at the end and do the blue. I just didn't feel like mixing up. That blue gave me so much, it gave me too much drama. So here is the modeling that I did on her back. Bring her over a little bit. And she has a little piece of lint on there. And we saw yesterday, we did hands and feet. And we did some blushing. Oh, I love the way she just kind of, let's cover her up a little bit better. Okay. There we go. We can put her diaper on now. Then that way I don't have to worry about it later, because I would start getting preoccupied. Oops, I felt like I dropped something. So yeah, I was saying before the last live dropped that I said that I wasn't going to be on here today, but it was daylight savings time. I gained that extra hour, so I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. And it should not be as time consuming as the last ones that I did. What did I drop? Okay. So welcome back. If you came back after we had a little snafu and we kind of froze up a little bit. So once again, I'm going to be using this stippling tool to model the purple. And we're going to start at the top portion. So I'm going to bring her down just a little bit. And I'm going to use this mostly empty box that I use for my gloves, my last gloves, just to hold her head up so we can see her better. There. Oh, that's good. And I'm going to get some new gloves on. Just one, honestly. That should be good enough. Just one glove. This hand. Yeah, so the glove on this hand. And honestly, I want to say at this point, you can, once the baby is partially cured, you know, the paint is dry, you can actually put her in the bathtub and wash her. Bathtub, sink. You know, you can wash off, like I have all of this little black you know, crumbs or whatever it is, lint. So I sprayed this with alcohol and then I use that. All right, so here we are going to use, let's see, I think I'm centered well enough. We're going to use a smaller paintbrush. We don't need a big one. And I'm just applying some of the purple color onto onto the stippling or mottling sponge, which is just a basic cosmetic wedge. And then I'm going to smear it off on the paint. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, I can see the color. This is a very sparse. It should be a very sparse model. And that's because babies a lot of times will have a lot of blue tones in their skin when they're newborn. They have a lot of different tones in their skin, as well as these purple tones. Let's get her, see what this looks like over here. Can you see? I hope you can see the texture that I've placed on the baby by doing that. And then let's just kind of go to her belly button, around her belly. And a little more paint. I think I did make enough paint. I was just being nervous, a nervous Nelly. Hi, Tingy. How are you? I am just doing part, what is this part? Is this part 5? This is the second model layer on this little reborn baby. So, welcome. And just a little bit right around here. Now let's focus on, let's do this arm. Yeah, because this arm is a little bit closer. Try not to stretch too much, but unfortunately, it's hard not to when you are holding on to a really silicone looking, feeling, you know, textured. In other words, soft. Soft silicone baby. There we go. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's get a little bit more on the inside where her skin would be lighter, where the skin would be thinner, I should say. All right. Add a little bit more. I do like the tone, like the transparency of this paint that I built up, but it's hard to see. So I do have to load it up a little bit more than when I was doing the red model. So let's do this hand, this arm. So I will be also doing a live today, Sunday, November the 5th, at about 2 o'clock p.m. or a.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. Yeah, not a.m. 2 o'clock p.m. On my TikTok channel, which is under the name Peppers. So just Peppers with underscore Reborns. Let's see, Charlie's Baby Nursery. That coloring on her tummy looks amazing. Thank you. I think so too. I think it just, I thought it looked amazing with just the red, but now adding this little bit of purple, it just really, I think, brought it out. So I'm going to try not to dab too much off because I do want to see some signs of the purple. And there is one thing, I don't know if y'all would agree with this, what I'm about to do, but I feel like it's a circle like that. That is something, I don't know, it just, I feel like that's something that I would see on a baby. Okay, so we did the outside of the hands. Now let's add a good amount on the inside. I want to see some purple here. So we have the blue shadow, but I want to see a little bit of the purple. Not just a little bit, quite a bit of the purple or lavender. Now I just want to make sure that I have enough on this very thin part of her inner wrist where I feel like she would, oops, drop my, have the thinnest part of her skin. It's right there. Look at that hair. That big old fuzz ball right there. Okay, I'm gonna stand up a little bit so I can make sure. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's touch on her neck now. Yeah, that looks good. And now we're going to work on her head before we start working on her face. And I'll just tilt her head up so that you can see. Definitely on her ear. And I want to, I didn't, I need to put some more solvent in this cup. I just want to kind of prep my brush a little bit. Before I start, let me bring this over here. I already know I'm gonna have a mess if I don't bring it over. Good morning, Bahamian dolls. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'm not gonna say shadow, but what did I say? What did I want to do? I want to put on her eyelids. That's how quickly a sister be forgetting. Are we going to chalk it up to daylight savings time? But yeah, she needs a little magenta on her eyelids. There we go. And I think we need a little bit of magenta right here, or lavender, right in here. Good. And then the sponge will dab it off and just kind of disperse it. But if I felt like I put too much there, I would use my cosmetic wedge. Here is another spot where a lot of times people will put blue, but I knew I wanted to put the magenta here. So I didn't want it to be blue. We have a very fair, we are going to be creating a very fair-skinned baby. Oh, okay, so Bahamian Mom, Doll Lover, Bahamian Doll Lover says that she's going to be painting her first Caucasian doll and doing the doll head. And I don't know, a lot of times people try to say that it's really hard to do brown skin babies, but honestly, once you start doing it, you know the mistakes that you can make. So with that said, this does not give you too much room for flaws when you are doing a Caucasian baby, especially a fair skin one like this. Like I have some other Caucasians babies that are not, you know, they got some tan, but this baby, yeah, she won't have that. Just adding a little bit of color there and a little bit here. So I feel like I'm gonna see a little bit of that tone right there. And then just dab it out. Also, I feel like, did I just grab the paintbrush? Let's grab the dabber. I wanted to add a little bit of shadow before I started dabbing on this baby's face, because I don't want to really knock off the mottling after. I got quiet. It's like you can't talk. Don't talk when you're doing something super important and scary, like putting purple paint on a baby's beautiful face. So I think I like it. It's not too much. It's perfect for her. What do you guys think? You trying to multitask and watch? I know, Daniel Keith. That's what I be doing too when I'm watching other people live stream. I just, a lot of times I'm listening. Okay, so I want to get in here too. We need a little bit in here. And a little bit over here. Okay, perfect. Just this teeny sponge here. Right under her eye. Like I do want her under her eye to remain light, but I do think that she would have purple right under. So we got that. We got that. All right, let's see. I think I got enough on here. Yeah, that's good. She needs to have a little bit in the hollow of her ear. There we go. Okay. Now, let's work on, that's her face. No more. But I do want to add a little bit of that lavender around her nipple, in her belly button. Make sure we don't make it too dark. And right in here. Have you ever painted Latino or Arab babies before? You know what? My specialty is babies of color. And so a lot of times I can't assign a race to a brown baby because brown babies come in so many ethnicities. I hope that makes sense. So yes, I have done Latino babies. I have done biracial babies, and just about every color under the sun. I'm actually working on a Japanese baby right now. So she's Asian, clearly by the shape of her eyes, but you know, what type of Asian she is up to the creator and the person who adopts them. So I do want to have a baby who is ethnic and painted brown, you know, with brown coloring, and to have her or him be like a Native American baby. And I saw a lady who presented her baby with a lot of that culture's clothing, which looked so amazing. And so I just want to represent, you know, I want to represent, I want people to be represented. I'm about to say, where's my little spongy? When they buy their baby, if they want to see a baby that looks like them, I want them to be able to do that with the baby that I make for them. There she goes. Okay, so let's see. What other questions do we have? What color hair do you plan to give her? I haven't talked about the hair because I feel like y'all are gonna be like, what? No, she's not gonna be blonde. She's not gonna have black hair. This little baby is going to be a ginger baby. She is going to, I already ordered the hair. After I finish, if I have time, I'll go back and I'll share it with you. Okay, so now we're going to do her legs, her bottom part. And I just want to bring bring it down a little bit so you guys can see her. And bring her over a little bit. Get her centered. But yeah, I'll show you the hair I got. It is from HP Baby Locks. So it's a very soft hair. It's wavy. And I'm going to just paint her eyebrows. I'm not going to root her eyebrows because I know a lot of people like babies with rooted eyebrows, but I am not a fan. I mean, I've seen some cute ones. I've done some cute ones, but I'm like, I think I just want to just paint it on very lightly because when you get a newborn baby, they typically are not going to have thick eyebrows. So that's my reason because I just don't. I think we should start here down low or up high. Okay, so let's see, what other questions did I miss? What color hair? Let's see, trying to multitask. Charlie's baby nursery. What color hair? Questions. Have you ever painted a Latino or Arab? Thank you. Baby nursery. Yes, is exactly what I was thinking. She should. Thank you. We were thinking alike. I saw in one of my Facebook groups, there is a little ginger baby about the size of this one named Theodore. I don't know if y'all are in that same group, but I cannot keep my eyes off of that baby. Every time the mommy shows pictures, and I think the mom is she runs that group. So every time I see the little Theodore, I'm just like, I wish I had a little Theodore. So now I'm going to give myself a little ginger baby. Okay, I think we're going to have just enough paint to cover this front side. I do the second side off camera. After this, I am really like not positive about yellow tones, be honest with you, but I do feel like I need to add just a few little yellow tones. Yellow tones on a brown skin baby, definitely. That is a must. But on a baby that I want to try to maintain these pink, this pink look, that's going to make it, I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna, we'll see. But yeah, that's what we're going to try the next time I come on live. We're going to look at the pinks. The baby's extremities, like the legs and stuff like that, I feel like will have a lot of purple or magenta tones to it. So I don't mind if her legs are kind of mottled, extra mottled. But I just don't want it like a whole bunch of paint packed on. And I see a lot of those little brown dark specks, which, that could be coming from my furnace for all I know. And I'll be having the heat on. So no matter how much you want to dust and vacuum and get rid of any possible lint, it's just impossible to get rid of all of it. But if you see, like, especially these black specks, you want to make sure that you don't adhere it to the baby. Do you have an Instagram account? Okay, yeah, I do actually. And I never talk about my Instagram account. I just made a dedicated one for the Reborn dolls. And on Instagram, my name is Peppers underscore Reborns, which is the name. Um, um, don't I have another Peppers underscore Reborns? Didn't I say that was my TikTok? So my TikTok is Peppers Reborns, Peppers underscore Reborns. Just like it makes it easier for a person with like me who I'm not huge on social media. I don't have a dedicated Facebook page for Reborns because I already have one for my other career, which is writing. And honestly, I'm just not trying to maintain to multiple pages. Then I have my personal one under Kim Chambers, which is my legal name. So I try not to Facebook. Yeah, I have a lot of groups that I look at and I comment to and I share pictures to. And I'm going to try to build my Instagram. And yes, please follow me. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me here on YouTube if you're just joining. Stopped by and saw something that looked very weird. Like a baby. This is not a baby. This is a doll. But what appears to be, a baby getting all twisted around. Okay, so I think I could have gone a little bit darker. Maybe on her second side, her back, which I paint off camera. I will do a little bit darker because I'm not seeing as much of the little holes that I want. So that's kind of what I want to see. Get a little bit around here and a little bit more around there. All right, so I'm going to get under her neck and then I'm going to start working on some details on her fingers and toes. And then basically for this particular live, we'll be done. Okay, so since we were down by her feet, let's go ahead and work on what I'm talking about in reference to her toes. I'm going to glove on now. Good morning, Sunflower Baby Angels. That's my sister, guys. She has a YouTube channel here as well under, oh yeah, sis, I made you a moderator. So I didn't talk to you about it first, but I knew you wouldn't mind. Because I'm trying to learn all the ins and out of YouTube. But guys, if y'all like this kind of content, definitely you'll want to check out my sister's page. She has dolls. She's a doll artist as well. And she does videos where she's packing them, painting them, rooting them. So definitely check out Sunflower Baby Angels. And then also she's on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, her name is Mrs. Sunflower. And Instagram, are you Mrs. Sunflower also, sis? I feel like you might have a different name on TikTok, but she also has a dedicated Reborn's page on TikTok. So what you see me doing is I'm painting her toenails purple, lavender. So a newborn baby is not gonna have necessarily beige nail bed. Let's get that off. They'll have like a purple or magenta, but very light. And I like this lightness. So that's why I want to really use this color while I still can. Because then we can paint white, and never white. Usually this. This is zinc oxide. No, not zinc oxide. Buff oxide. Yeah, this mixed with a little bit of white will be the, oops, am I in the wrong spot? Okay. This buff oxide by Silicone Art Material is the perfect color for doing the nail tips. All right. Let us bring this baby back down. Yeah, me and my sister actually, someone is saying it's very cool that me and my sister both do this. And we basically started together. We both had an interest in Reborn dolls. You know, you start by watching the videos and things like that and just being intrigued. And if, you know, you like art, things like that. I mean, we're like, we should like paint some dolls. Yeah, let's paint some dolls. So we ordered a tutorial through Dolls by Sandy, and we were just doing vinyl dolls. Yep, just vinyl dolls. And I think it didn't take long. We were like hooked. And then almost a year later, well, before me, my sister was interested in trying to paint silicone. And me, myself, I was like, I have no desire to paint silicone. And look at me now. Now, my preference is painting silicone. This is my preference. So I just and you know, at first I was like, I don't want no silicone, baby. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, I really love these silicone babies. So if you've never tried, because I had never held a silicone baby, and I thought, oh, it's going to be sticky. No, honey. I have yet to have a kit that's created, made, finished, that is sticky. Yeah, shout out to the sculptor of this kit, because Lori Sullivan Roy, she did an amazing job. A lot of times you'll see kits where they are Reborn, and they're just scanned kits from a real baby, and they look amazing. I mean, literally look amazing. However, imagine the talent and time that it takes to actually sculpt this baby. We're just adding some to the fingertips. To actually mold it from a piece of clay and use your tools to add. Thank you, player Tim G. I can't see that good. I have to get, like, every time I look at a name, I have to get it's like super close. But thank you for your congratulations on my growth, because I feel like with each baby I am growing more. But yeah, I just want to shout out to the artist, and not taking away anything from like Bountiful Babies, which I happen to love. I'll get a Bountiful Baby kit, and I'll look at her hands and the lines in her feet and all that stuff, and know that every drop, every bit, every inch of that baby was scanned from somebody's real baby. And I love that too. But also, the talent that it takes to sculpt is just mind-boggling to me. All right, so I feel like I have taken the purple as far as I dare to go today. I feel like she might have a little bit much right here. Yeah, just a little bit much. And I do want to thank everybody for joining me. Make sure her ear ain't stuck to itself. And tomorrow I'll be back on the live. I'll try to put out you know, a notification in the community tab right before I go on, because I don't know ahead of time when I'm going to go on, but I do want to put a notification and let you know what time. We're kind of early today. I'm early today. But it's the weekend, y'all. And it's daylight savings time. Happy days. Happy end of daylight savings time. So anyway, that is it for today. And thank you guys for coming by. You know, someone was saying before I go, Player Tingy is saying that she wants to learn how to sculpt. And there is going to be a doll show, and one of the big name sculptors is going to be holding a class. Now, I don't know, I can't remember it, because I know I'm not going to the doll show, so I don't remember what they are, the names. But look it up. Doll show, you know, a sculpting class might be something that you're interested in. So anyway, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah, I'll take it off the tripod so that I can kind of get a little bit closer. Okay. So there's some details on her face and her nails and the tops of her feet and her torso. All right, guys. See you next time.